If you special, guess what? You're gonna wrap yourself up like you special. All right, matter of fact, let's go get that. Let's get that real quick.
That's right.
Hey, and if I got any comments on this, 863-877-0693. If you think that the way a woman dresses matters, let's get your thoughts, Israel. 863-877-0693.
Hey, scroll down in the comments. Scroll down.
You found it.
Yeah. Hold on for that. We got to get to the.
You're having a little powwow over there anyway.
Yeah, the actual point. Hey, scroll down. Let's see. Keep going. There's a comment where a man is holding up a sign.
Is it ludicrous saying, hold up a sign saying, use a hoe?
Scroll down.
Is somebody hold up Nicki Minaj?
Scroll down.
Oh, it's going up. Just say opposite.
Okay, I'm just gonna read it. He says they finna drag you. Okay, he hold up a sign.
Yes, I was talking about they finna drag you. Wow.
Because you know that they gonna come hard on you for corrective behavior. Mm-hmm. Right? Get that in Amos. Was it 5 and 10? Hate thee to rebuke it in the gates. Mm-hmm. And now pull up that article. Pull up that video y'all been trying to pull up. Yep.
Bring it out.
The first 31 seconds, 0 to 31 seconds.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate,
mm-hmm.
and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
So he's trying to, now, they're bringing out the fact, well, look at what you were singing. Look at your lifespan, your lifestyle and what you've done. But now that he's trying to at least, shed some light, like, you know what, maybe I was wrong, but now I see a better way. These sisters don't want to hear it. And a lot of the brothers don't want to hear it either because they like the sisters dressed like that. Go ahead, play that right there.
They want him to say that, though, because he's not saying he was wrong. He just, they want to hear him say, well, maybe I want to hear him say, I want to hear him say, yo, I sang the same thing and I was wrong and we need to change the way we put this message out.
Right.
Let me explain something to y'all. So y'all may have heard about how that restaurant owner in Dallas, Texas was cutting up on some African-American women for twerking in his restaurant, right? And he was having a whole tantrum. He was like, yeah, I opened this restaurant so that black people could, just be comfortable in our culture. We ain't got to be around white people, yada, yada, yada. This is not the place for that, right? So basically he was saying that's inappropriate. That's not a part of our culture. We're better than that. But let me let y'all in on a secret. Twerking is a part of black culture.
What?
Stop.
Whoa! I didn't know where she was going.
Whoa! Yo!
Saying having a tantrum.
That went. I thought it was going the other way.
Yeah.
That went way left. I thought she was on. Yo.
Like he got a point.
Yeah.
You thought the black women was gonna have some accountability?
I don't know, man. What was I thinking?
You really didn't think that. You really didn't think that.
Oh man.
Yo.
So once again, the black woman has no accountability. Even the fact that the man wanted to have a decent restaurant, a decent atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what he wanted.
No, we gonna bring our culture in here. We gonna shake what our mama gave us.
How the hell is twerking a part of yo?
Hey, she gonna explain it.
This is crazy.
No, not tonight, because we ain't listening no more.
She ain't gonna. I know she's gonna try to prove how it is a part of black culture.
Yeah, she did.
In which she is.
Hey, can I?
100% correct in her statement.
Hey,
it is a part of our black culture. It's a very negative part of our culture.
That's right.
So unfortunately, the dumb hoe is actually right.
Damn.
But you don't have to have it in your fine establishment. You don't have to have it in Israel.
Right.
Nah.
Right.
That's a part of black. That's a part of
the black culture.
The black culture.
Black culture.
Yeah, because you're a black culture. It's not a part of the Israelite culture.
That's right.
Black.
You stupid.
All right.
Dusty black.
Hey, let's go
not
to
the
the
shiny
commercial
black.
break. Let's go to commercial break
Part of
and get into the
culture.
topic. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, Israel, and then we'll be right back.
Check.
Hey man, that thing was fire, ain't it?
Bro.
Man, bro,
that thing was super lit.
Man. Hey, but look though, man, I got something I gotta tell y'all, bro.
What?
I got a sister that I've been looking at, man.
What sister?
I'm gonna show it to you right now. Look, this sister right here.
Oh, Judy, you see who that is? Wait a minute.
Is that the?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
no.
Too new, bro. Hey,
nah,
look,
bro, you gotta leave her alone.
I'm telling you, bro.
No.
She needs.
No, I'm
growing.
telling you.
This is the one for me.
Not right now.
Man, for right now and forever.
Bruh, if you mess with that girl right now, you're gonna be stuck with a dragon on your hand.
Mm-hmm. You know what the scriptures say about that too. You lay with her, you stay with her.
You're right.
So you serious about thinking about? Like I said, she too new, bro.
Bruh, leave her alone for now. Leave her alone, bruh. Leave her alone.
All right, man.
Take the counsel, man. Brother, giving you some good counsel.
All right, man. My car right here. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow then, man.
All right, meditate on that, man. Meditate on that.
All right, bro.
All right,
leave her alone, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Leave her alone, bro.
All right.
Nothing but a ass nigga.
And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. No, oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. Oh no, don't mess with Dragon. Yeah. Listen here and listen clear. This one gonna hit home for some of y'all. Yeah. Didn't we just read it? No, I'm not, I can't see it. If it ain't about God's laws, like Michael, just beat it. You stiff neck and I see it. If it's in the book, then it's needed. The wicked flee with number 2, so sit down and just eat it. Most High said keep it. You out of order, just speaking. Against his law, we can't pull it off. You unbelieving, I'm leaving. It's that time and that season. You lying for no reason. Me, devout woman, please. That is treason, yeah. I need a pillow of rest, not a pillow of stress. My spirit is vexed. A woman like you is worse than death. I wanna do right, but you're worse left. I'd rather be alone than hurt my rep. Tempt to your heart, gotta watch my step. You gotta watch your step, yeah, watch your step. I'm coming for the kingdom, that's life or death, yeah. You say you don't clean, girl, that's out. So please pass that tea, hit the side and get out. One again. You say you don't clean, girl, that's out. So please pass that tea, hit the side and get out. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. No, oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. No, oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. No, oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. Oh no, don't mess with Dragon.
Tell me how that fight you feel. Didn't listen, now Dragon live inside your crib. Don't cook, can't clean, it's your talkative. You wanna smoke, now you're getting all of it. Don't perceive the things I'm saying strange. Play the game, you got yourself to blame. We tried to tell you don't focus on the frame. The picture perfect dame, a serpent man. Got horns inside the brain, it's such a shame. Was hoping she would change and still remain. Before she crazy, now she plain deranged. Laughing stock is what you done became. Hit because you're burning, now you're flames. Dragon lady acting so unhinged. Heard you had a fight and blows exchange. And all because you couldn't show restraint. Wow. It's amazing what could happen when you don't prove somebody and behind closed doors y'all tapping. Your lust was used for a distraction. You was about that action, now you're dealing with a dragon. It's amazing what could happen when you don't prove somebody and behind closed doors y'all tapping. Your lust was used for a distraction. You was about that action, now you're dealing with a dragon.
And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. No, oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. See you later. No, oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. No, oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. Oh no, don't mess with Dragon.
I'd rather dwell at the corner of a housetop than in a wide house with a brawling woman. I'd rather have a wild lion out the jungle as a pet to feed. But nowadays it's what they call a woman. That demon coming with her chest out, bumping you with it with pants on spiritually, but it was all for nothing. She said shalom real sweet and bowed down since you got your love. Realize she believe in nothing. She searched the whole world just to find you. She reveal her real self when it's time to. You gotta hit her with the scripture, say I tried to. The lady said she loved the Lord, she a lie too. My brother didn't prove a friend, he inquired you. You gotta listen to your Lord, you required to. He in such a low estate that he really can't wait for you to go on a fornicate so he can fire you. You that old ball and chain that he tied to. You can look into his eyes and see a tie too. Going through the kind of pain you gotta strive through. He need the power of the Lord to survive you. All the hurdles and the hoops that he climbed through. If he could, then he would try and hide you. But if he hide who we seek, then she still ain't the street, knowing we gon' see it all when we slide too. Every time you try to talk, you gotta speak too. Take a little step forward and she walk too. You gotta constantly endurance to rock too. You gotta really go to war, bro, you got to. Every time you do the work, she try to stop you. Got a wide open shot, she'll block you. You trying to make it to the top and she'll drop you. And now you realize that you should have took the counsel and been like, no.
And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. No, 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 oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. See you later. No, 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 oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. No, 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 oh no, don't mess with Dragon. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gone. Oh no, no, oh no, don't mess with Dragon.
All right, we back. Woo!
Lionz,
hey, that's a fire.
show.
That is a fire video.
Hey, that video is getting, that's the hottest thing in the right now. Bro.
Yes, sir.
I watched Patient Saints and played the whole video yesterday. I said, nah, what can I say? Bring that thing back. We're going to play the whole video.
Drag on. Right hey. You don't want no drag on, bro.
Hell no. Oh, hell no. That's an upgraded version of the dragon.
That's right. Well, that's a classic.
Nah, that's
well,
fine.
An instant classic.
Instant classic. Damn. Hey, so what we going into now?
We're going over What the White Man Never Taught You, Part 2.
Part 2.
Bring it. Getting through a few articles, man. Articles,
Hopefully.
We got to do some things today.
What I want to start off with is a little known
hey, let them know what to pull up, man, because they got that Cam Newton. We not dealing with that.
All right, we're not pulling up the Cam Newton. We're going to video number 1. All right. But what we're dealing with is a little known leader in the movement. His name was Kwame Ture. All right. Okay. Also known as Stokely Carmichael. He had a one of his most famous quotes. We're gonna play that first just to kind of kick things off. Let's get that.
Hey, is that the brother that bought the revolution will not be televised?
I'm not sure if he's the one who said that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah. We
I'm
got to look that up. Somebody
look
look that up. The revolution will not be televised. I think that was back in the 60s or early 70s.
It was, it was before my time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, go ahead.
I guess we could start with 1956 for our generation. This was the beginning of the rise of Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. King decided that in Montgomery, Alabama, black people had to pay the same prices on the buses as did white people, but we had to sit in the back. And we could only sit in the back if every available seat was taken by a white person. If a white person was standing, a black person could not sit. So Dr. King and his associates got together and said, this is inhuman. We will boycott your bus system. Now understand what a boycott is. A boycott is a passive act. It is the most passive political act that anyone can commit, a boycott. Because what the boycott was doing was simply saying, we will not ride your buses. No sort of antagonism. He was not even verbally violent. He was peaceful. Dr. King's policy was that nonviolence would achieve the gains for black people in the United States. His major assumption was that if you are nonviolent, if you suffer, your opponent will see your suffering and will be moved to change his heart. That's very good. He only made one fallacious assumption. In order for nonviolence to work, your opponent must have a conscience. The United States has none.
That's right.
Right. Hey, that's heavy right there.
Yeah.
The United States has no conscience.
And what he was getting at is that you can't fight fire with love.
Right.
Because that doesn't work. You've never seen any any people come out from under oppression by trying to love their oppressor or trying to hold hands with their oppressor or join hands with their oppressor. Never happened. Never happened in our history. It's not going. It didn't work then, and it's not going to work today.
Hey, give me my words are like fire. The words are like
Jeremiah 5.
Yeah, 4.
You're absolutely right. You got to fight fire with fire.
Bring it out.
But there's a different fire. There's a different fire that we fighting with. Right. But the Most High literally caused this thing fire. Let me get that scripture, then let me get
Bring it out.
Let me get down principalities in the New Testament.
Is that Jeremiah 5 and 4?
14.
14.
Yep.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore, thus saith the Lord God of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire.
So our words that we bring out on the street be fire. Be cutting them to their core. There's more on that?
Yes, sir. And this people would, and it shall devour them.
And man, the people would. So our words is like fire is going to burn Esau up. So you're right. We got to fight. You can't fight fire with love. But the way the Most High got it with us, we're actually doing it we're fighting it in a nonviolent way, which is going to bring the violence to them through Christ.
That's right.
Because the Bible says, God says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Mm-hmm. So, another thing with us too, don't think you're just going to hit us in the head and we don't do nothing. I'm going to leave it like that.
Hey, you know what? I cannot find that video. If anybody knows what that video is, where Don King was talking about, we used to get hit 300 times inside the head. Now we only getting hit 50 times inside the head. You remember what I'm talking
about? Yeah.
Anybody could find that video. Get that other scripture.
Yes,
you got a New Testament?
Yes, sir. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12.
The weapons of warfare are not carnal.
For we wrestle not against flesh and
You
blood.
want the warfare not carnal?
No, that's what I want. Weapons of warfare is not carnal. Going into the whole
2 Corinthians 10 and 4.
Yeah, get that.
2 Corinthians 10 and 4. That's what he's looking for.
The weapons of warfare are not carnal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They fire. You got it? Yeah, read it. You waiting for Dolly Loose. You got it. Read it, brother.
We got 2 readers. He waiting for an
12
invitation.
Gates Apparel over there. 12 Gates Groomers over there.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
Mm-hmm. So we ain't got to pick no weapons up. We ain't got to pick no guns, no knives up. All we got to do is speak the word, and it's going to call the angels to activate.
That's right.
You know that stronghold is love your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why I like what we saw with Dylan Roof. I mean, while Dylan Roof was still getting a Burger King sandwich, we already forgave him.
Right. That was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You remember the one video where he was being led into like the video courtroom, and they was already forgiving him.
Yeah, crying
already forgiving him. Hey, get that in Matthew 5, man. Get that in Matthew 5, because this is was not taught properly in the Christian church. All right, that we supposed to turn the other cheek, get beat upside the head, and continue to love those that rape and rob and destroy us. Split our wigs.
Give him give him the brother of both them Gene hugging up the white girl.
Right.
Man, gave her gave her Bible.
Yeah.
The comb of the hair.
The judge did that. Yeah. Hey, get that Matthew 5:43.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy.
Mm-hmm.
But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
And we take that as we ain't loving them hard enough. You know, I think Common said that. Didn't Common say something similar to that?
Said some coonery.
I think it was.
Yeah. Let's get the understanding of that. Go to Exodus 23.
He did say that. We ain't loving them hard enough.
We ain't loving them hard enough. Exodus chapter 23. And what we want? Verse 2, verse 4. Verse 4. All right.
863-877-0693. Is the phone lines open? They open? All right. So 863-877-0693 to get your comments on the topic that we're going into right now.
Bring out how this has affected your life. That would be a good example, because all of us have been affected some way by this. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 4. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again. If thou see the ass of him that hateth thee lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him, thou shalt surely help with him. Thou shalt surely help with him. So it's talking about the enemy of your people. Let's get a little more proof on that. Go to 1 Samuel. I think that's the one I want to use.
Bring it out.
Go to 1 Samuel 18. Or where's the one with King David? Let's go there. 1 Samuel. Let me find it right quick.
Verse 29, sir.
Yeah, you can read that. 1 Samuel 18:29. It's another one I wanted, though.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 18, verse 29.
No, that's it right there. Go ahead.
And Saul was yet the more afraid of David. And Saul became David's enemy.
Saul became David's what?
Enemy. Continually.
Saul being of the tribe of Benjamin, David being of the tribe of Judah. Brothers. Hey, Shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment? Welcome to the Lionz Den Radio Show. Hello, caller.
Hello, how you doing? This is just one. Hello.
Yes, sir. What's your name and question or comment?
My name is Clarence Ray.
All right,
and
Mr. Ray.
I'm calling. Okay, I was just calling. I'm calling from Louisiana, and I would just say I just tuned in, and I like the topics that y'all are discussing with the scriptures and context and stuff, and I just want to, just come in and just say I'm still learning, I learned about the truth in 2018,
Okay.
Yeah.
So and oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
Oh, so y'all just want somebody to elaborate on the lesson here? I mean, because people go around and say love your they use, like I was saying, they use these scriptures to say love your enemy when the context is talking about the Israelites themselves,
Exactly.
Right,
yeah, exactly.
Right. So we are reading an example of King David and King Saul. Well, before he was King David, but King Saul and David. Are you familiar with that history?
Yes, a little bit of it. Yeah, a little bit of it. Yes.
Okay, so King Saul was trying to put David to death. Okay.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. King Saul.
Yes, sir. That's why we went to 1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 29, where it says Saul was yet more afraid of David, and Saul became David's enemy continually. These are two people that are Israelites, one of the tribe of Judah, one of the tribe of Benjamin, but they are of the same people. What we've been taught in Christianity is that we're supposed to love our oppressors. And that's not what Christ was saying when he was quoting Matthew 5.
That's right. That's right. I'm totally. I don't subscribe to that crazy belief that people. When I didn't even know, when I first heard this truth, it just resonated with my spirit. Like when people would try to even though I don't understand fully who I am, when I say know for sure where my roots go back to, when I heard this, it just made perfect sense to me when I heard this truth.
Yeah, because like you said, even when you was in the world, you was like, that don't make sense to love somebody that's going to knock me upside my head. So now when
I heard this, that's right. That is so true. I ain't going to hold you up, brother. I know y'all trying to get back to the lesson and stuff.
All right, brother. Appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate you tuning in.
Okay, then.
All right.
All right. Okay, so what else you got for us, Officer Micaiah?
All right.
Can I comment on that real quick?
Yeah. No, you can't comment on that, brother.
Because when the brother said that, in my mind, I'm thinking he said how we're trying to basically get in good cahoots with people that ain't got no conscience. It's almost like a wild pit bull is running down the street, and instead of hopping on a car, you're like, let me just give him a hug. right? Let's go to.
That's why I said no. You can't comment on that, brother.
Real quick. Go to
a scripture.
Go to Sirach 12 and 10, and then we're gonna jump down, and we're gonna get out of here.
Hugging Pitbull brother over there.
Man. The wild Pitbull come out of the bushes.
Hey, yo, everybody in the hood has one of them moments, yo, when a wild Pitbull is running down the street.
Saved by the call.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hey, Shalom. Hey, question to comment. Welcome to the Lionz Radio Show.
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Yes, sir.
This is Ray from D.C.
All right, Ray from D.C. What's your question or comment?
I'm following the lesson tonight, and it kind of makes sense. Now, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Now, it seems like the so-called woke generation has, like the Tariq Nasheed and FBAs and stuff. I guess that's what they make the disconnection with the John Lewis's, the good trouble type of generation where they so quick to forgive and all up under the, because it was a situation where a lot of people looked at it as disrespecting their elders because they had this, this good, what they call it, the good trouble, gonna get in good trouble and all that stuff, and when they showed him going upside his head on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, they took that kind of like as a badge of honor.
Okay,
stuff,
getting beat down. Nah, there ain't no honor in getting beat down.
Yeah, getting beat down. But somebody like the brother like Tariq Nasheed, now he'll take that situation and he'll say, no, man, that ain't the way things are, not for this generation. Since the scriptures have been, they've been twisted, man. And
exactly, brother. And a brother like Bishop Nathaniel will say, never trust our enemy.
That's right.
So we're going to get ourselves and put ourselves in that situation to even walk hand in hand with them, to do any kind of approaches, anything like that. So, brother, what state are you in?
I'm in D.C.
All right, you said you in D.C. Visit the school, brother. They got a school out there. Did you get with the congregation yet?
No, the school you talking about is where is it at? Out in because I look for a DC school. It's the closest one you got is like out in Maryland somewhere. Isn't it?
There's a school in DC. Is it called a DC camp?
It's a DC camp.
Yeah, the school is a DC camp
Washington,
right there.
DC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go on the website. The website israelunite.org.
Because you gotta the website
www.israelunite.org.
Get the phone number.
Okay.
The people that's watching, you gotta start congregating. You gotta start keeping the commandments. Y'all can watch
already start doing that, man.
all the shows, but you got to start keeping the commandment, the Sabbath day holy.
I already started. We all wake up. We don't all wake up at the same time. We on different, wavelengths and stuff. But those of us that do wake up, to start.
Yeah, those that start waking up, we got to start keeping the commandments. All right, brother. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. We're gonna move on with the show.
I believe in predestination.
Man.
Brother here, man. Talking about Tariq Nasheed.
Hey, get that
all
in,
you watchers, congregate.
Ecclesiastes 77. Because he was talking about John Lewis, and we've brought up John Lewis before and what happened on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and Bishop and the deacons have gone into how all of those, a lot of the freedom fighters of that generation ended up with good jobs, right? And a secure paycheck, a secure future,
political government jobs,
right? Government jobs. So read that.
Yes, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart, because those same oppressors that he was fighting, then when they offer that gift, then you change your tune and what's that old saying, like go along to get along, or if you can't beat them, join them.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Joe
Go along,
Lewis,
get along gang.
He switched up. He became a they gave him a gig. He became a politician and all of that. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember what was that movie where the freedom fighters went down to battle with the man, and then
get on the bus.
they asked
like
what
that?
happened, and they said, yeah, the government was hiring that day.
I know what you're talking about. They all came out of there with jobs.
Yeah, they all came out with jobs.
Hey, to double back on what just happened. Hey, when the scriptures say, surely oppression shall make a wise man mad. So when you see all these things happening, I know me personally, when I first started waking up, I immediately was like, yo, how do I join? What do I got to do? Who do I call? Where do I go? So if people is watching online and they on the sidelines, yo, y'all are out of pocket, man. Y'all got to start congregating, because that's the law.
That's right.
Hey,
Yes,
that's the law.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Yeah. Get it in Hebrews 10.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think I watched for a whole month, and I was like, yo, I got to get myself together, yo.
Hey, why you getting that though? It's
10,
crazy
26,
because going into
25,
the gift, right? You know the highest rate of employee, or excuse me, who the entity in the country that employs the most blacks and Hispanics.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Thank you. Yeah.
Right. The entity that employs the most blacks and Hispanics in the United States. You know what it is?
The government.
It's the federal government.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the federal government.
Everybody got a government employee in their family.
Yep. Or three.
Or three.
You
got it?
Yes,
Hebrews
sir.
10.
Book of Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25.
Bring it out.
Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more, as ye see the day approaching.
So that's what we doing right now. We exhorting all of y'all sideliners that's just chilling at home. Like, we bringing these things out. We're bringing light to our oppression and who our enemy is. But you should be mad. And what you need to do is congregate, because it's actually a law to congregate with like-minded believers. So you see the day approaching, Christ is returning very soon. Y'all got to get with it, man. We can't do this by ourselves.
Yeah, brother, you are predestined to congregate.
Hey, Eliezer, I just got a question. Did you used to read Harlequin romance?
Oh, wow. Hey. Not Harlequin romance.
Did you read novellas?
Oh, man.
I read novella scripts and approved them, signed off on them.
Say you're trying to romanticize the Bible.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, let's move on.
Understood.
Let's move on
Yes,
before
sir.
Caesar Bow pop up.
Damn.
Joshua coming back. Joshua turning over in his grave right now.
Hey, let's go to article number 3. We're going to skip article 2.
Snap.
Article number 3. Because what this is going to get into is some of the ways in which what we learned last week about COINTELPRO, which people like Kwame Ture had to deal with, Martin Luther King had to deal with, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, the Panthers, all those organizations that our people were under.
Is it COINTEL or COINTEL?
I wasn't gonna say that.
I was like, that's another new word there.
I think it's like the difference between Caribbean and Caribbean. I think
It's been a long day.
Tomato.
Community cleanup, and it's been a long day.
Yeah, so COINTELPRO is how I pronounce it. Or COINTELPRO.
COINTELPRO is the new cryptocurrency. What? It's a new crypto coin.
I don't know how popular that one
I will
will be.
leave you alone.
All right, let's read that.
Rakim Balogan and the new COINTELPRO. The FBI's long and complicated history of surveillance against black activists.
Come on.
Bring it out.
Leaked 12-page 2017 FBI reports, which reveals the organization's designation of purported black identity extremists has drawn the ear of black representatives and minority activists alike. Representative Barbara Lee, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, suggested that the report is reminiscent of a long history of the organization acting with hostility toward black activist groups.
Now, Bishop has brought this out in several classes too, where she was interviewing the Edomite that he couldn't remember nothing.
Right. Damn. Go ahead.
Likewise, various news and media outlets derided the designation over and over.
It's derided, brother. That's how you say it, how you want to say it, brother.
Derided. Over and over again. With activist groups like the ACLU calling it a fabrication. And just the latest example of the FBI's dark and storied history to harass, discredit, and disrupt the efforts of black activists. Believed to be the first prosecutor, as a black identity extremist. The story of Rakim Logan has proved troubling for those concerned with potential FBI overreach in the organization's long-standing efforts to crack down on domestic extremism.
Extremism. Yep.
Right. Skip that part and jump down to the fictitious threat of the black identity extremists. We're just going to read these first two paragraphs and then we're going to jump over to the video.
The fictitious threat of the black identity extremists. Just 1 week before white nationalists, neo-Confederates, and neo-Nazis march under the umbrella of the 2017 Charlottesville Unite the Right rally, ultimately resulting in the murder of activist Heather Heyer. The FBI circulated a leaked 12-page FOUO.
For our eyes only. No, never mind. That's not what that means. Ignore me. Go ahead.
About the growing threat of black identity extremists. According to the report, the FBI assesses it's very likely that BIE perceptions of police brutality resulted in a spike of BIEs intentionally targeting law enforcement with violence.
Okay, so when do we do that? When do we do that?
Right. We just did a community cleanup.
Right.
Go ahead.
The report alleges that the 2014 Michael Brown shooting in Ferguson, Missouri, and continued police shootings across the country fueled anger and violence among BIEs. However, until the release...
hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
You remember when she asked him to identify black identity extremists and, the history of what the Klan did, and what happened to him?
He couldn't answer, right?
He was Porky Pig like a mug.
Yeah.
He was Porky Pig, IT. Now play the Porky Pig.
That's all.
But not only that, it was he couldn't even pinpoint any group that had fit the definition that they set up themselves.
Exactly.
Because she was like, well, when I examine this definition here, this actually is much more akin to white nationalist groups that I've seen that have been in practice than any black group that we can even think of. But we all know that they're setting up to come against the Israelites.
That's right. Go ahead.
Keep reading.
Article is done. That's it?
No, one more paragraph. This one right here.
Oh, God.
It's the romanticized reading. That's what it is.
There is ample evidence suggesting that the FBI failed to properly address the danger of far-right white extremists.
Exactly.
According to the Anti-Defamation League, 71% of the extremist-related fatalities in the United States between 2008 and 2017 were committed by members of the far-right or white supremacist movements.
Hey, they be writing this stuff like the white extremists is not in the FBI.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. The white extremists is probably 75% of the FBI damn self.
Hey, that's heavy. You mentioned that too, because last week, remember in the video, it talked about how that guy was on the FBI's payroll and still did the bombing for the 16th Street Church bombing.
Agent.
Yeah.
All right, we can jump over to the video now. Let's go to the video number 4. It's a Vice video concerning this behavior and linking it to the COINTELPRO of today. Come on. First timestamp.
Hey, while I did do that, get Psalms 50:16 real quick. We can go on a video.
Bring it out.
Y'all ready?
There was a big ram through my door, which woke me and my son up. They had Kevlar helmets with night vision, AR-15s with full body armor. There was military Humvees with machine gun mounts. I saw ATF out here, FBI, terrorist task force, local Dallas police. Had to be between 50 and 70 agents.
Wait, pause that.
Federal agents.
Because he just said that there was between 50 and 70 agents for one man.
Damn.
One guy to come against, a whole army essentially to come against one brother armed to the teeth. Just to take him down, or supposedly take him down for being a black identity extremist. This was an experiment. Read.
Agent come and explain to me that the reason why they're arresting me was due to weapons. And I'm thinking, like, weapons of mass destruction, what type of weapons are you looking for?
In the early morning hours of December 12, 2017, former Marine and black activist Christopher Daniels, aka Rakim Balagoon, was arrested at his home for unlawful gun possession. So what would warrant such a dramatic arrest and a possible jail sentence of 10 years? According to a leaked FBI document, there's a new group of domestic terrorists, black identity extremists. In May of 2018, a judge rejected the firearms charge and Rakim was released.
We're currently at the prison where Rakim was held for the past 6 months, but he's just been freed. So we're gonna link up with him and learn more about what's going on. Hey man, how you doing, Rakim?
Hey, good to see you,
it's
man.
Good to see you, man. Yeah, welcome back, man.
You know, it's good to be out here in the free world.
You're the first potential case of a black identity extremist. How do you feel about that?
This is when I found out I was on a terrorist watch list. My thing was, like, wow, I would never know that I was going to be the first person to be targeted. You know, I dealt with mainly activists and people in the community who were regular working class people. How is this a threat to the government? I don't know.
What's going on through your mind now? You know, people in your community have been calling you a political prisoner.
There is a little bit of frustration. You know, that's 5 to 6 months of my life that I can't get back. You know, I lost an apartment. I had a newborn daughter, as well as I have a 15-year-old son, an 11-year-old son. And it has been a big impact on my family and finances.
Pause that. So one of the things that they kind of glossed over was he was held without being formally charged for 6 months.
Yeah, they did it like he was in Guantanamo.
Right, and
Bay,
and you were not. That's not supposed to happen in America. You're supposed to be.
How you can be held without no charge?
Because it falls under the umbrella of terrorism. So this goes back to 9/11 Patriot Act. You can hold terrorists without formally charging them indefinitely. There are people, just like Officer Ezekiel was saying, that are in Guantanamo. Even some of them have been American citizens who we've held in solitary confinement or some sort of incarceration without formally charging them for anything. We can just hold them on suspicion of terrorism. So that's what happened to him here. Wow. But then finally, after 6 months, a judge rejected it. And then he was allowed to return home, but that has other ramifications, like you saw in the video. He lost his apartment. He didn't get to see the birth of his newborn daughter. All these kind of things. Let's get that in Habakkuk real quick, chapter 1 and verse 4, because this is not nothing that the Bible doesn't speak on. Once again, the Bible deals with everything in terms of the oppression of our people. Read that.
Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. Therefore the law is slack. And judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth.
And that's the key right there. It says, wrong judgment proceedeth. Because the wicked are above us and control the justice system or the injustice system, they are able to do with it what they will. That means holding people against their will for months at a time just to prove a point or to make you a scapegoat. And that's what we're seeing here with this brother.
Hey, you know, you were talking about, it was what, 200 men that came to get him?
He said 50 to 70
50
guys.
to 70? Okay, I don't know where I got that number. But go to 2 Maccabees 14. Let me show you. That's not uncommon to send a large number of men to arrest us. Started 37. 37 in, no, started 38. 38, 39.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 14, verse 38.
Bring it out.
For in the former times, when they mingled not themselves with the Gentiles, he had been accused of Judaism.
This is a forefather Razzus. Go ahead.
And did boldly jeopard his body and life with all vehemency for the religion of the Jews.
Go ahead.
So Nicanor, willing to declare the hate that he bare unto the Jews.
The hate that he bare unto the Jews. So we seeing the same thing today. Go ahead.
Sent above 500 men of war to take him.
What was that describing when you have men that are coming in Kevlar suits and military grade weaponry,
night vision
tanks,
goggles.
night vision goggles? This is men of war.
Right.
Read the same thing going on today. Go ahead. We only got about 5 more minutes. You got something else on there?
Yeah, let's jump to the next timestamp.
All right.
Should be, let me see.
The community.
Rakim's FBI surveillance began in March of 2015 after he participated in a protest against police brutality. The FBI learned about the protest from a video that was posted on the YouTube page for InfoWars, the far-right conspiracy theorist site run by Alex Jones.
People were saying that the Black Panthers are out here doing an open carry march. So obviously we got to go try and find these guys and, of course, see what the people out here at South by Southwest think about a bunch of guns in their face.
Then separately, on July 7th, 2016, Micah X. Johnson opened fire on a group of police in Dallas and killed 5 officers.
Dude, that's a cop down. Yeah. There's 4 cops down.
On the 1-year anniversary of the shootings, Rakim posted multiple times to Facebook expressing solidarity with Micah X.
It baffles me, to be put in the same categorization as people who run planes into the Twin Towers.
Considering that you admired the tactics that Micah Johnson took against the police, would you say that's anything that Guerrilla Mainframe or yourself would actively do or pursue?
No, with Guerrilla Mainframe, our goal is to educate the people, and we educate the people through political education. We believe in self-defense, but we don't believe in attacking the state because we feel that that's what the state wants you to do.
Those statements that you put on Facebook, do you recognize why the police would take that as a threat against the state?
No, I don't, because there has not been anything that I've done physically to say that I pose as a threat. My political opinion does not affect one law enforcement agent or a police officer.
So right here, it kind of reminds me of that incident happened up in, I think it was New Jersey, with the shooting of the market, right? They tried to say that just because they liked the 2 individuals that were involved, just because they liked a post from one Israelite group or something about the 12 tribes sign, that all of a sudden they were affiliated, and that was the reason why they went after him. They don't have anything tying him to Micah Johnson, who killed those police officers, but his approach is off. That's why he was the scapegoat, because he's advocating for guns and gun training and things of that nature. But that goes to what Officer Michael was saying earlier. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We can't rely on these things, even broadcasts that we're out to train our people in that manner in order to make change. That's not what's going to change our communities. Because more times than not, we had the NFAC, the Not Effing Around Committee, right? They went and did a demonstration, and 2 of them ended up shooting themselves.
I remember that.
Yeah. So guns is not the answer, and that's been proven to us time and time again. And he's learning that lesson the hard way.
All right, so we're gonna have to wrap it up there because, as you know, Bishop is coming on
next. That's right.
And we're gonna have to end it there. I'm gonna bring this out right quick. Get Deuteronomy 32:35.
No scripture for you.
No, I'm saying, can we get a
part 3? No, brother. Part 3, brother.
This is interesting. We just got into
Deuteronomy 32 and 35. Bring that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 35. To me belongeth vengeance, and recompense.
So that's what officer was referring to. God said, to him belongeth vengeance and recompense. Jump over to 33 and 29.
33 and 29.
Mm-hmm. Same book.
Happy art thou, O Israel.
Uh-huh.
Who is like unto thee?
Who is like unto us?
O people saved by the Lord.
That tells you that salvation is only for the Israelites. Go ahead.
The shield of thy help.
Mm-hmm.
And who is the sword of thy excellency?
Uh-huh.
And thine enemies shall
and
be...
thine what?
Thine enemies.
Thine enemies
shall be found liars.
Shall be found liars. Go ahead.
Unto thee.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt tread upon their high places.
And thou shalt tread upon their high places. So our enemies are going to be found liars. You got any last words off some?
Never trust our enemy.
Never.
Never trust our enemy.
Trust your enemies. So you can tune in to the Lionz Den radio show. And as I said, we getting ready to get up out of here. We're going to make sure we clear the space. Bishop is coming on next.
Wisdom cries out.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Sundays are fire.
Set it off
Sundays. All right, so we got classes 3 times a day, 7 days a week. Tune in. And make sure you go to Matthew213.com and send your donations in for the movie.
Joseph's Dream.
The feature film. All right, so with that, we're going to say shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless.
Hey, shalom, family. Most High in Christ bless.
That was dragged and brought over here on the slave ships, and you made a monster out of us.
Which spirit you rolling with? Either you rolling with the spirit of Satan, and who's waiting for the lake of fire, or you gonna roll with the spirit of Christ.
Created, manufactured right here in the Americas. Don't slip on that. This new Negro that we see today was a creation.
If you're walking around worrying about your breath when you know death and destruction is everywhere, nigga, you gonna die.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone, 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.